want that satisfying run. Give it to me. Give it to me. You stole my glory and I'm taking it back. One more start lightning? Nah. Go book. Book was the saving grace there. Like, assuming we can get book, I think we can do it. No book. Damn. Okay, so we don't want pentagram. I could go for the fire wand, because fire wand plus spinach is not the worst idea. But let's go Santa water. Ow. Yeah, the magic wand is one of the other ones that I could potentially pick up, as it synergizes with the tome, which is one of the things that I kind of default pick up anyway. Thanks a lot, you got me hooked on this bloody game. You're welcome. Honestly, the magic wand might have actually been the thing to save me there, because it directly attacks the nearest enemies. And so having that to specifically shoot the werewolves that get up in my business. Let's grab the attract orb. Actually doesn't sound like the worst idea in the world. You know how I was saying hyper mode was potentially easier than regular mode? It is, until you hit the werewolf wave, at which point it's not. That's why you like the garlic with the book. The garlic is just not sufficient for fighting werewolf spam. I wish it did, but it is just too weak. Oh, I was able to move that time. Oh, it's probably because I was holding W when I went into the fight last. It's fine. Okay. Candelabrador. Yes. I feel like we're locking in all of our choices instead of actually getting what we need. This is going to get dirty. So what platform is this on? Steam. I mean, I guess that's some EXP. Shit hurts, though. Okay, do we grab the empty tome? Yeah. More book. Okay, let's just roll circles and toast. Honestly, maybe for this stage, having a little bit of everything is actually a good move. I'm not going to go for the clock lancet in the future, though. It just wasn't worth it. I can see why some people would like it, and it could be useful in certain cases, but from my perspective, it was nothing short of disappointment. It's just too slow and too, like, direct to be useful beyond, like, a couple of very specific things. Like, maybe skunking the Grim Reaper. Yeah, just lure the bats straight through the fire. Get in there. Get toasted. There we go. Axe. Am I just going all axes now? Sure. If it's not going to let me have the circle of safety, then we'll go for the circle of axes. Honestly, heavy projectile with pierce is not the worst idea instead of circle of safety. That was one level. It could get better. No, it's true. But even then. Let's see. We are going to need the Spellbinder regardless. I think once some of the weapons have their own unique effects, like if the lancet paired with the garlic so you had a slowing aura, now that would be something worth something. You go whip. And probably should maybe go whip, but no, I don't have enough. I maybe do. Yeah, didn't someone say you could walk through enemies frozen by the Lancet? Yeah. And I'm sure that is actually like a viable strategy. But knowing my luck, I'd start walking through them, then they'd unfreeze and kill me. I'm weirdly not a betting man with stuff like that. I'm always terrible at timing it. Okay. Let's grab the bibble, lock that in. That's a collector orb up top. Yeah. Not that there's too many things left behind. Getting a tracked orb is my first... as my first support item has actually been pretty helpful. Bone. Here we go. Open. What do you have for me? Water. This is gonna get a bit dicey. Actually, let's just despawn the plants instead of letting my hits hit them. There we go. Because, yeah, I could have just stuck around and fought the zombies, but better just get rid of the plants entirely. I guess they could still be up here, but I don't think so. Just rather have the vast majority of my firepower be focused entirely on enemies that actually give benefits. If the plants gave EXP, then sure, but no. Plants do not have souls, therefore plants do not give EXP when fighting. Can you imagine just like the absolute shittiest D&D campaign? You only get EXP for killing things that have souls. Undead don't count, plants don't count, constructs don't count, and the DM just feels persnickety and only gives those things. Does this game have gamepad support? I haven't tried. I gotta go for it. It's just too good not to. Here, let me check. Yes, it does. Actually, I mean, it might be worth gamepad. Let me get my mouse out of here. Oh. Just because this way I can scoot through enemies a little bit smoother. And also, to be honest, keyboard and mouse is not the most comfortable. So I want empty tome, but we gotta get axe up. Because at this point, I have to pick axe whenever it is given as an option. Otherwise, werewolf spam is going to kill me in 5-6 minutes. And who knows? I might be able to do the mad dash for freedom that I've done previously. But I'm not betting on it. Oh, and this will probably solve my movement issue. I'd love to level up the bibble, but it's too late. We'll get the bibble after. Okay. I mean, we're doing somewhat well. Let's see. Do we go magic wand? Yeah. Because the circle of safety has so much potential. But I think if I start aiming for it hard, we're just going to end up part way. There we go. Just hit the mid-boss. Unfortunately, it's still no axe. Okay, maybe we leave that alone. Hope we can get ourselves an attract orb. Well, not an attract orb. A magnet. Look, it looks like an orb. Is an orb. Let's eat bone. I think the joystick would make it more fluid. Oh, absolutely. WASD only gives you 8 directions. So go figure. Joystick would be a much smoother experience. You can get in and out much faster. And Santa water good, but need axe. Need axe, otherwise I die. I mean, maybe I'll be fine. Maybe I'll pull it off. But can you blame me for being over dramatic? I've been at this for what, 3 runs now? It's surprisingly finicky. Eat axe. Eat pant. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but there's a... It's like a Bart Simpson that is graffitied randomly around Portland occasionally, and it's just him saying eat pants. And it like switches location whenever they clean it. And every time it pops up, you know, someone will like post it on social media being like, oh look, eat pant. It's kind of one of those like, I don't want to say local memes, but it's just kind of one of those like kind of consistent things that just sticks around forever. It's just kind of a permanent joke and it's funny. I know, I don't know. It's stuck in my head. I cannot not think of eat pant. Okay, let's just kind of scoot up. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, we're kind of in the danger zone, as I do not have circle of safety and these skeletons are not going to give it to me. However, they are going to give me a decent amount of EXP. Ooh, bone. As where the circle of safety is super good. Honestly, bone bounce is pretty dang good too. I just don't need bone, I need axe. And game is just like, what? You want to evolve your axe? No. We ain't letting you do that. That's for other people. Here, you want to max out all of your other things? Sure. Here's more duplicators and holy water. I'm like, no, but my axe. I don't want any of these. I don't want the pigeon. I can't wait till this game gets more updates and gets even better. There it is. Axe level 6. Cripes, yeah, oh, this is going to be a very bad werewolf phase. Or maybe we'll be fine. I don't know. We'll find out. I certainly have a lot of extra firepower compared to what I had last time. Last time it was just pure book. But once it gets bad, we're going to be in a bad place. Also, the attract orb is... I can't tell if the 25% is like 25% total or an additional 25%. Okay. Well, who knows? Maybe I actually have enough oomph and can just clobber my way through. It has to be additional first, since the first is like 30%. Okay. So maybe putting some more points into Attract Orb is actually pretty good. Wow. Actually, the Santa Water is carrying me. Damn it, I've been trying to go for Axe and the game is just like, you want Santa Water to be level 8? No! And yet, here we are. Here's where things get bad. Huh. 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 If I can find a magnet somewhere, we are going to be in the money zone. Because I'm certainly killing a lot of these guys on the way. It's just I cannot get the EXP for them. I can try. But I can only go up. I only have the firepower to go up, and even then, it is a dicey prospect. Shit. Oh, wait, no. Because, yeah, these enemies are just tough enough that I cannot go down. Okay, now I can kind of pull it off. It's not pretty. Okay. Spellbinder. Very helpful. Where's Axe? I might actually, maybe should have gotten the Attract Orb upgrade there. Ooh, that's a lot of bats. That's a lot of bats and a lot of big green boys that I do not want to fight yet. I mean, I think the green boys actually aren't so bad. Axe, baby. What happened? What happened? Why did I suddenly gain like a gazillion levels all at once? I don't know. What is going on? What happened? What is happening? No, I don't think I picked up Magnet. Maybe I did. Okay. Please give Axe. Okay, here we go. Scythe. There they go. Now we're safe. It takes a little bit for it to fire. We want to invest a little bit more into book. Oh, could not have come at a better time. Okay. There we go. And yeah, we got the extra projectiles. Though, honestly, as far as the scythe goes, not as helpful. But everything else, pretty good. There we go. Could still get killed. Hoping I won't. Let's grab a Attract Orb while we're here. I still need a magnet power-up. If I can get one of those, oh boy, we get a lot of this stuff. Though, I think a lot of it's going to start despawning on me. Yeah. Keep grabbing a Attract Orb. At this point, I've got enough firepower to carry me probably to the end as long as I don't do anything terrifyingly stupid.
The dreams
Okay. Please be these. Hey, thanks for covering my game Outerverse. Great video. Yeah, fun game. I will be back for more of it at some point, either when multiplayer gets added or just kind of when I feel like it. Candelabra, base area up. Yeah, I could upgrade the book, but at this point I don't want it. Did we get the Wanda Evo? Yeah, Wanda Evo just turns it into a machine gun. It's like the knives, but it actually aims, which makes it busted strong. Base area up. Gotta get these scythes to be big. Alright, there we go. And now we actually have enough leeway that I can just wander around grabbing things. If you guys haven't seen my video on Outerverse, came out earlier today. Plays a lot like a Minecraft mod, but from the ground up, which means a lot less bugs and a lot less fiddly bits getting it set up. Really, really solid. Now wanders the bullet hose. Yup. I should do a knife and scepter, knife and wand run at some point. Just nothing but targeted projectiles. But I think the best way to... Oh, I hate this song. I forgot about it. Let me just... There we go. I think I'll want to wait for a couple of patches to maybe add some more things. Because I want to become bullet hose. I wish I could actually direct the knives with the right stick or something. Now that would get really spicy. Candelabrador. Yes, more. So what should the final thing I get be? I guess I could go spinach if I want to just go easy. More bonus damage. And would let me upgrade the whip. I don't know if we care for the whip though. What are the other Evos that would be good? Honestly, maybe sword? Yeah, otherwise I could get lightning ring. Thing is, lightning ring DPS drops off after a certain point. Oh, spinach is fire wand. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Spinach and red wand. That seems like a good one. We'll grab them as they go by. If they go by. Game might just force me down a P-shown path and I will be cranky about it, but it's fine. Did that holy symbol not actually kill all the mummies? Kind of feels like it didn't. Oh, there's fire wand. Kill them and they just respawn. Fair enough. Hyper mode is a different beast entirely. Please, for the love of everything, give me a magnet. Give maggot. Magnu. Magnus. Muggle. Murgle. Give Murgle. Magnus did nothing wrong. Is this a reference to something, or am I just... I mean, I guess the did nothing wrong is a reference. Wow, this is actually pretty effective. It's not quite the Bible wall, but at the same time, Magnus did nothing wrong is from Warhammer 40k. Got it. Yeah, I don't really have much to do with Warhammer 40k after their whole debacle where they started taking down channels for making like user-generated content related to them. Oh yeah, it would be related to your name. Considering my job very much relies on kind of the thin line between fair use and not. Yeah, this sucks. Alright, well, I don't have a choice. Do I want more money? Do I want clover? Let's go money, I guess. Yeah, Games Workshop is assholes, but Warhammer is good, cool things. Yeah, probably. I don't know. If I can't, I'm always one of those people that, like, if I don't like the company, I can't support the product most of the time. I have enough of that kind of existential guilt, by, like, streaming on an Amazon platform. It's like, I don't like it. I wish there was a competing service that was actually viable. But there ain't. Yeah, there's YouTube. Tried streaming on YouTube for a little while, though, and that did not work. Get out of here. Go away. Magnus did nothing wrong. His Warhammer 40k thing. Magnus was forced to fall to the dark side because the bad guys were better at planning than his dad. That's hilarious. That's unfortunate. I like your YouTube streams. Like, I might give it another shot sooner than later. But the last couple times have been kind of mediocre. The main thing is, I hate to use the word, like, using my time effectively, but I only have so many hours in a given day, and I'm trying to be as efficient as possible with them, so I have more time for other things. And so whenever I did the YouTube streams, they'd end up being, taking, 3 hours and then getting as many views as, like, 2, maybe 3 YouTube videos. And that bit's a little bit of a stickler for me. Because it's just like, I want to support the platform more, but it's kind of tough. And then I would specifically look at the analytics for the streams, and it would be like, yeah, we only showed this to like, or like only 1.5% of people actually clicked on these streams. Where in comparison, like most of my YouTube videos get clicked on maybe 3%. And so it's like, that communication there is very clearly like, either the algorithm or the people have decided that your streams or your streams, my streams are not to be watched. And it's just like, all right, well, that's a conundrum. Holy moly, this shreds. I mean, I knew it was going to, but still. So the stone mask does go beyond level 2, just only if you're getting the let's see, only if you're getting the non-overflow one. I only got like 2 notifications about your streams, and you did a bunch. Yeah, I think I did 6. I did like 5 or 6 total. I think maybe if I did like an announcement video saying like, hey, I'm going to be streaming at these hours, and some other stuff like that could probably work. But I don't know. I don't want to have to fight with YouTube just to be able to create more content on it. I'd much rather find a comfortable homeostasis and not burn myself out trying to make something work. Because last year was definitely a process of figuring out, like, okay, how can I actually continue to do my job without, like, absolutely shutting down as a person? Let's see. Will you switch games if you 100% this? Yeah. I think at this point I've mined most of the fun nuggets out of this. I could keep trying for different builds, but they're gonna start looking pretty samey. And that's the problem. Because I don't want every run to end up being just kind of the same thing over and over and over again. A magical work-life balance. Finding out about anti-work was definitely kind of like a, oh yeah, I'm destroying myself for this. I should stop that. I love my job, but there's definitely still that feeling of like, you need to do other things, otherwise, like, you lose it. And even from the perspective of, like, streaming and YouTubing it's fun, but it's kind of creatively unrewarding past a certain amount. Like, it's really fun featuring new, cool games and, like, figuring out all the cool bits about them. But when your entire job becomes, about churning out playthroughs of one game after the next, they start just blurring together into this kind of nothing, especially when many of them aren't particularly amazing. Anti-work? Never heard of that term. It's a thing that got started, kind of mid-fall, I want to say. Specifically, I think it's been around for a couple of years, but it got big mid-fall. But mostly starting on Reddit, and then it's just kind of been spreading in regards to the Great Resignation and a couple other things, where people are kind of realizing that, hey, working like 9 to 5 sucks and isn't actually good for people. And maybe humanity would be happier if we, as a whole, worked less hours, spent more time on more creatively, like, fulfilling things or things that we actually cared about, as opposed to just tossing people into the cubicle meat grinder or the Amazon efficiency hell, and then just assuming that you can get maximum productivity out of a person for 10 hours a day, 40 to 60 hours a week. And so from my perspective, I mean, obviously I'm in a super privileged position of being able to just play video games for a day, every day, as much as I want, and monetize it, you know, make a living just by playing games. It's great. Or back kitchen, or anywhere. I mean, the hospital system is an easy example of these problems as well. But so, just kind of the logic of, like, people are not robots, and that our current economic system has turned people into, or at least is demanding that people act as robots for minimal reward. You know, most Americans, I want to say it's like 40 to 60% have less than 1,000 in savings, and that, like, one major medical bill or disaster would send them spiraling into poverty in a somewhat unrecoverable way. And you know, I mean, even from my perspective, like, my rent has gone up by $600-700. I'd have to figure out what other houses on my neighborhood are selling for, because my landlords are kind of nice and haven't raised the rent on us beyond just $200 a month. Oh, 100. Sorry, brain. I was thinking about the apartment we lived in before this one, because they raised it by 200. But, you know, for our landlords are selling the house and kind of want us out, which is more than fair. And they even told us, like, hey, we're selling the house in, like, maybe a year and a half, so, you know, kind of start figuring out what to do. Like, my landlords, except for the fact that they're anti-vaxxers, are very nice people. And have more than, like, catered to my needs, but that if I wanted to stay in this neighborhood, I'd have to spend an extra $600 to $700, and, like, none of the houses have improved. It's just demand has gone up, and it's like, ooh, so try to buy it. I don't want to live in this house. This house is nice, but the neighborhood is ass. I can hear, like, right now somebody with a modded engine, I think, to make it much louder and much rumblier than normal, and they'd like to park outside my window and just rev the engine for a couple of minutes every night for a while. Yeah, he's several houses down, but it still sounds like it's right below. And yeah, dogs. I spent a solid 20 minutes just listening to somebody's little yapper going endlessly for X number of, you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes earlier today. It was mad at something, I don't know. But it was just out there. I don't want to live in this house any longer than I have to. It was nice for what it was, but I ain't buying it. Especially because it's like, yeah, there's no yard. There's a lot of other problems. I don't want to live here. Also, do not backseat game somebody buying a house. That's, like, super confusingly weird. That's like me trying to backseat your career. Like, you should actually go into accounting because they make big money. You should be a real estate agent because it's all the rage right now. The housing market is so hot. It's like, I could do that, but it would be bad. And so it's like, yeah, kind of on some baseline level, it's like, yeah, just buy this house. But also, a lot of people can't even afford houses. So, like, I'm in a uniquely privileged position where I probably could. But I know for a number of people who are also having kind of the similar rent issue that I am, they do not have the amount of money in savings or safety net that I do, and would not actually be able to sit down and just buy the house they're living in. I got one friend that's paying, oh gosh, it was like $1,000 in rent for a one bedroom out of a like 5-bedroom house down in LA. And yeah, if they wanted to buy that house, it would be like nearly $1 million, give or take. How much further can Wander push this build? I can't. We've hit maximum. Now this is just the victory lap before death shows up and tells me I can't make any more money. 1,000 for a bedroom and rent? And that's actually considered cheap for the area, from what I know. Gosh, a magnet right about now would go just primo. Like a talisman and a magnet. I feel like that should happen before death shows up. Oh well. Okay, so what did the most amount of DPS? Death Spiral by far, followed by the Santa Water and the book. So Santa Water is actually pretty primo, all things considered. Even if it doesn't actually get upgraded, it is so strong that it's half as much as an evolved weapon. Let's see. Holy Wand, actually not that great, but I didn't really give it much of a chance. And of course, Unholy Vespers is big primo. I think I would have gotten mobbed a little bit more aggressively if it hadn't been for that one. Either way, solid run. Slightly better parts of Philly have one-room apartments for 1,000. I'm not talking one-room apartments. I'm talking like a bedroom as part of a larger house. Let's see. Effects last longer. No, we want the cooldown before anything else. Maybe the damage? Oh, I don't have enough money for anything else. I am a poor boy. I guess I could go for greed, maybe. EXP might not be a terrible thing either. But I think for now, I'm just going to leave this game. It's fun. I love it a lot. But it's also getting a little repetitive. And that's okay. I guess I'll invest in health. But I think we'll come back to this in maybe a couple weeks, couple months, once more things have been added. And see what happens.